Hey, guess what Santa brought me? New microphone. Hopefully this works better. It seems to sound better. Let's bust this transmission apart. This is the TCI Street Fighter that came out of the Firebird. The car was parked because this was slipping. Prior to it slipping, it just wasn't shifting correctly at all. Let's start busting it apart, see what we find. I think we're going to find some carnage. Please don't view this as a tutorial, because I know this is the valve body. I know this is the front pump cover. It's about all I know. We're going to tear it apart, and the little bit that I do know, I will pass along. But let's start busting this thing apart and see what we find. That is the governor. I don't know if that's working or not. Well, one thing I do know is that you take everything apart in segments. And you don't take anything apart. You just leave it assembled. I'm not going to take that valve body apart until almost the end. What I'm going to do is disassemble in order, valve body, pump, on down inside. And the first piece that I'm actually going to disassemble and rebuild will be the very bottom. And then I'll grab the second chunk, disassemble it, go through it, put it in, third chunk, fourth chunk, all the way back out. And then we'll do the valve body and put it on last. So if I was to just disassemble everything and put it into a big box, I would never be able to figure out how to get it back together. So we're going to do it in segments, slowly and carefully. Once we get the pump off, I really don't even know what anything is called beyond that. It's just a bunch of clutches in baskets. So, like I said, not a tutorial. This is more of a GI wonder than any kind of tutorial. And for the transmission guys that might be watching, when you see me do something wrong, put it in the comments down below. I'd really like to know. How the heck does that come off? So I noticed on the pump cover that two of the holes, this one and this one, are threaded 3/8/16. So I believe what you're supposed to do is just run them in until they make contact with the case, and then it just extracts them. I was unsure of that, and I really didn't want to go beating something up, so I just took a slide hammer. I just ran some bolts in and just took a slide hammer and just slid them out. So I got the pump out. This is the assembly behind the pump. Don't really know what any of it is. That's the band that goes over that drum that looks to be in really good shape. These are the clutches and the steels for something. I don't know if it's first gear or second gear or third gear. I really don't know. Nothing's jumping out at me yet, besides everything is filthy, and something came apart inside. I just don't know what it is. So that's where we're at. I'm just going to keep pulling till I get to the bottom. I've made a bracket to stand it up when we get to the assembly stage. I don't know. Okay, this is something. Yeah, there's some metal in there. I think those are the planetary gears. I believe that's what that's called. Will this come out? I believe there's a big snap ring that holds something in back here. Little snap ring in there hiding. It's pretty hard to see. This, I believe, is the front planetary. This is the sun shell. And sun shell gear. I think I just heard a bearing fall off. Yep, there's a bearing or shim of some sort. Keep all this stuff together so I don't forget how it goes. All right, so next we have a big old snap ring. I believe it. Okay. Big old mother. You know, I think some clutches and probably the whole thing will come out if I'm lucky. Yep. Is that the rest of the clutches? I believe that's the rest of the clutches right there. And that's the rest of it. There's still some stuff left to do here. This is called a case saver. The Turbo 350s, if you got stuck in the mud and you were rocking it first to reverse, you're going to beat the crap out of the case back here. So this piece goes in to keep that from getting all beat up. So I forgot that in here is a snap ring, and you have to compress this plate. It has a bunch of springs behind it. You have to compress that to get this snap ring out. So I have a Volkswagen oil pump puller bracket, piece of all thread, and then back here I have a cone off of my brake lathe. So I'm just going to try and tighten that up and compress that, see if I can get that out of there. Well, that took way longer than it should have. So there's my Volkswagen oil pump puller bracket. Here's my brake lathe snout, big washer, piece of all thread. But I got it. So now I got to take it apart and see if it'll play nice yet. There's the snap ring that was not playing nice for quite a while. Now, maybe, just maybe, I believe there's a way to apply some air. Let me get some air. All right, well, I think that somewhere in here, where is it? Is it that one? Hey, it must be that one. So that was fun, a little bit taxing. I need to order some tools, but we'll get this thing cleaned up, get it put back together. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.